Hello friends, this is Wendy and I am back from vacation. Okay, I am getting ready to make 2 of my little golden books. So I thought I would show like all of the steps. Now this is just a table and this is made by OmniGrid and I got it in a quilting store. And I got it about 20 years ago. And so whether this exact little pad still exists or not, something like it has got to exist, right? Now I went to Hobby Lobby and got this fabric. I think I'm gonna iron it upside down. And it came in a little, it's a fat quarter. It was $1.49. I bought it just the other day. Well, probably a month ago. So this isn't like forever ago. I'm just using an iron. This OmniGrid has a grid to cut, but it also has this little pad for ironing. So I thought I would iron my fabrics. I am going to speed this up for you because it's like watching paint dry, right? I'm going to use my Tim Holtz water sprayer, which is totally for crafting. I'm going to just put a little bit of water on here so I can get these wrinkles out just a little faster. Well, they aren't wrinkles, they're creases. So if you're not a quilter or a sewer or somebody who plays much with fabrics, putting a little bit of water, distilled water is nice. We have really hard water here in the Rocky Mountains. But, so putting a little bit of distilled water on your fabric really does help get these creases out better. I'm going to do this whole thing. Okay, and just to show you, this is going to go with this. I think it's perfect. So this one I now also need to iron. Here is a quick observation, because quite literally I've never bought fabric from Hobby Lobby or from Walmart before. This tape that they use stays on just a little too good because you want it all off before you start ironing, or else you're going to iron that right into it. So something to know. Okay, so I want this to be 17 inches, which is pretty much, well, this is more than 17 inches, which is good. I'm going to fold it in half this way because I just don't have a ruler that is that big. Normally I would cut the selvage off too. Well, shoot. I think I will. I'll cut the selvage off. I know this is for a junk journal, and being overly careful is probably not necessary. I guess it just depends on how much this matters to you. Okay, so now I have a straight line. So I am going to make it, so here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to make it 6, just so that I have plenty of extra, because that was one of the things that I did not like about what I did with my Corby, there we go, with my Corby binding, was that I had made it too narrow, and then I had to cover it. Well, these books are brand new books, and I'm not going to need to cover up the back or anything. I'm not going to put, certainly not covering the front. I'm not covering any of it. So again, I'm going to cut off my selvage just because I was trained. And then I'm going to make this 6 inches. And then I'll already have my fabric cut and ready to go when I get to that point. This is a little more than 8 inches. So I'm going to cut this right down to 8 inches here. So I'm cutting 2 of them. So it is 4 by 8. And I'll be using these also on my binding for my 2 books. And this is Tyvek. I still have some of my Fruit Loops box. Ugh, can I even talk? Oh my gosh, we came in late last night and just kind of died. We were tired people. Let's see, I'll do it like this. Just collapsed. All right, so we're gonna do 8. Okay, I'm in my sunroom, but it's not sunny. Oh, it's a little more than 2.5 inches. Well, I think it started out at 2.5 inches. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'll just be just a little bit generous. So 2.5-ish. A little more generous than 2.5. Oh. There we go. But I also need, so that's for 2 journals. I also need 4 at 1.5. Okay, I used up all of the Fruit Loops, so I'm gonna go a little healthier here with Raisin Bran. I have to kind of tear it to get it to fit in here, because it doesn't otherwise. Let's see, I'll just do this side here. See if I can get some of this in here. Okay, I'm going to start with the Color Kittens. Now there are 2 signatures in here. And they each have 3 full pages, which means they're 6 half pages or 12 front and back pages. And the main thing we want to do is we want to get this separated. There are staples right there. This is kind of a little dirty. Okay, I'm going to use one that I never use, and so doesn't have any ink on it. It doesn't have anything on it. I think I'm going to have to use this as my one. Now, I watched several different people. I thought, okay, it's been a while since I did Corby, so I'll watch some videos, including mine. I watched mine. I liked mine. Sorry. But one gal used like a screwdriver to do this part. Another gal used a butter knife or dinner knife, something that's not, sharp. And another gal used her bone folder. And I like the idea of the bone folder just because I'm not going to cut through. But boy, you know what? Doesn't matter what you use. This is not an easy step. Okay, so these are wire cutters. I got them on Amazon. Let's see if I can do this without hurting the paper. And I'm wondering if this paper has perforation like my son's book did or not. Perforated pages. I can see. Okay, got 1. 3 more to go. Wow, the staples are clearly in there, but I couldn't seem to find them. I really had to dig. I got The third one, I just need to get the fourth. There we go. Okay. Wow. I'm going to pull this apart. What I wanted to do with this one is preserve the golden. I mean, so you hear people say, if it doesn't have that little golden edge on it, then it's not a little golden book. And I would have to agree with that. Except, wow, this one was so hard to take apart. I think I really damaged that little golden edge. So let's see how that looks. Then I'm going to have to make a decision. But look at this. Well, that's not awful. Doesn't look brand new anymore, though. You know, everybody's got their thing that they like to do. Let's see, does that cut good? Oh, but this very, very, very end. There we go. I ripped it a little. Oh, well. So what I'm doing is I'm putting glue right on the edge so that I can glue down this little golden book foil. Oh, I'm not sure if I told you what I did with my son's book. So I'll tell you now. I just ripped the heck out of his. I decided I didn't care whether there was this little golden foil on the edge. That was unimportant to me. Oh, and I used PVA glue when I did that. And it was unimportant to me that I have the little golden book foil. I did save the foil and I put it on some of his pages so it's represented. But I ripped from here and I took those staples out. And so before I do the other book, I'm going to see how I like this one. So, and let me see if these are perforated. They are. Do you see that? Do you see the perforations? So I'm going to have to cut and tape to make sure that they don't rip. Because when we stitch them, I have this feeling with that perforation, it'll just rip. So I don't know why they did that. But it also means that none of this is going to show. So it's not even a big deal. So, but this doesn't make me 100% happy. Anyway, I wonder if I should have made that bigger than 4. Well, we'll do this one. And if I'm not happy with that, then I will switch it for the next one. I think I liked, what glue did I want? Did I like doing this? I think I like this glue. This is the PVA. Anyway, we had fun at Disney. We spent a couple of days just, licking our wounds, walking 11 miles. We had one very, very rainy day and we did not stay very long. And just fair warning, if you go on a rainy day, I've heard over and over and over again, oh, everybody will leave the parks, it'll be great. Well, with the reservation system and everything, you can't choose to go on a different day. So the day that you have reserved is the day that you're gonna go, because the reservations were all used up for the other days. So everybody was trying to get the most out of their Disney day, and so it rained, and then there was lightning. There was thunder and lightning, and I think that was the thing that pushed it all over the top. So there was only 4 or 5 rides that could be open during the thunder and lightning. They closed everything down. So now you've got a park full of people and everybody wants to get on the same ride as you want to get on, and that's, yeah. So we kind of wandered around. We did get on one ride and then we went home. Well, back to our hotel. I'm thinking I made those too big. I'm thinking maybe I want it to just be an inch. I'm going to cut those again. Okay, I made these just a little more than an inch. And I'm going to put them with the colored side down so that the color does not show. And again, PVA glue. And I'm doing this to support this crease here because I don't want the crease. So there we were anyway with the rain, and I took some pictures of the rain. I took pictures of people in the rain. We didn't, by the time we got back to our hotel, because we walked each way, it's a mile each way. On the way there, it wasn't rainy, but on the way home, yeah. And we got back and our shoes were soaked all the way through, and my hair was soaking wet, just like I got out of the shower, you know, through my hat, through, you know, anyway. But, so we dried off everything and set my shoes out, and so that was on Wednesday, and by Friday, everything was dry. So that was good. So that was a new experience. And we got to see the parade. The only times we saw fireworks were from our hotel room, which we got to see them from the hotel room, so that was nice. But we were so tired. Hedwig misses me, and she's like, wants me to be sitting in the chair that she wants me to sit in so she can be on my lap. But I'm doing this right now because this is going to be my Hedwig book. And anyway, so we didn't see the fireworks. Basically, by the end of the night, even my kids, they're in their early 30s. Their legs were tired too. So by the end of the evening, when the fireworks happen, what people tend to do is they end up, let me get this right here so I know what I'm doing, getting like, 3 hours early. They'll sit out in front of that castle in order to see the fireworks. It was like, oh, I'm not willing to do that. So I'm pulling out my fabric, and this is why I wanted it to be bigger. Let's see. I want it to go like this, and like this. I think I'm gonna cut this edge and make it, or does it matter? This is a junk journal, right? If it was my mother, but she's not here, so. Okay, so this is where I got that other glue for. Okay, this is the Fabric Fix. And it worked real well on my other journal, so I'm assuming it's going to work well on this one. I was going to mention when I was ironing that when you're done with your iron, the first thing you do is unplug it. And if you don't already know that, you may already know that, and you may be laughing at me going, I already knew that. But you want to unplug your iron, and then you just set it, so that it can cool before you put it away. I don't want to get glue on this sleeve. I'm going to turn it over. Okay, really doesn't matter. I want it even side to side, but it doesn't matter the other way. Use my bone folder to make sure it's like on there real good. I think I should just glue this down. Let's try it this way. See how that goes. Let's see, where's that fold? I want that fold like that. Okay, and I want this like this. Let's see. I know I did that other one, and I was bound and determined not to really do this again or repeat it, but it seems like I need to repeat it for me. There we go. Make sure this has a nice fold. Where's my bone folder? Moved everything out of the way and now I can't find everything. Here's my not favorite one, but it'll work. Do I have this? See, I don't have that right up at the edge there. So I want this. I wonder how many I have to make before this is no longer like, oh my gosh, what am I doing? See, I did a different plan this time. Okay. I like that. It's on there good. This needs a little bit of more fabric fix there. Hedwig is crying. I put her in her room. Must be rough being a cat. Especially being my cat, who's pampered and spoiled. She had a babysitter who treated her well. See, now this didn't stay down. I messed with it too much. One of the gals actually did eyelets in it to make sure that it was really sturdy. I don't know that I want to do that. Maybe this side will go easier. So we spent time with friends, and we got to see the parade, the Christmas parade. I've never seen it before, so that was fun. I took pictures of like every Christmas tree I came across. I took a picture of it. I gotta tell you this too. One of my friends is like, oh, are you all excited? You ready to put your tree up? And I'm like, I'm done. I had my Christmas. We had Christmas overload for 4 days. I'm gonna just chill. I've worked retail for a lot of years, and you get kind of over it after a while. And I enjoyed the Christmas at Disney, but I don't feel like I have to do more. See, what some of the gals do is they do what I almost was gonna do, and they wrap the outside with it as well. And I'm almost thinking I like that. But then I lose the little golden book, golden foil. So maybe I am going to have to play with this. So what I did, first thing, when I woke up this morning, I took about 500 photos. Not everyone was good. Like, we saw a few parades. Oh, there's this one in California Adventure called Viva Navidad, maybe? Maybe that's what it's called. Anyway, it's a little parade. It was fabulous. The dancers were amazing. It had the 3 caballeros in it, and then Mickey and Minnie come out, and they have, so because the 3 caballeros are from Mexico. One's from Mexico and one's from Brazil. They had dancers that did dancing from Mexico and Brazil. And I took pictures, and there was a mariachi band, and there were these I don't know what they were, statues that were brought in and out. Kind of remind me of Carnivale and or Carnival. I lived in Italy for a while, and they called it Carnivale. But anyway, and that was fabulous. So I took like lots and lots and lots of pictures because, you know, people are moving so much. And the parade was the same thing. Everybody's moving, and they're moving constantly. And they're not just moving a little bit, they're moving all the time. So, I mean, you've got Santa moving, and you've got people dancing, and everybody's moving. So you have to take a ton of pictures. so that hopefully you'll get a few that turn out good. And I got quite a few that turned out good. And then I got some that didn't. And anyway, so I took about 500 pictures and then I printed up. Maybe I'm going to turn that under because that makes me crazy. I think I will. So I ended up printing up about 300 pictures. And I ordered them off of Amazon, of course. So they'll be coming in a week. So I have a week to play with this one. See how I feel about it. Oh, what a mess. I've got glue everywhere. Maybe don't try this at home. I don't know. Nice thing about this glue is it kind of rubs off. Yeah, I don't know if you can hear head wing back. I heard the funniest story though. So one of the things that we like to do is at California Adventure, you can get with an artist. They say it's an animator. I'm not 100% sure where it's an actual Disney animator, but it might be. Works for Disney and they're animating, so I guess they're actual Disney animators, right? And you draw different characters, and we were drawing Raya from The Last Dragon. Raya and the Last Dragon. Anyway, we're drawing Raya. It won't show. Anyway, and one of the things they were saying is that that movie was made during COVID, during shutdown. And so Disney had sent Aquafina recording equipment so she could record her lines at home, you know. And she did all of her lines and she sent them all in, and they were listening to them and they could hear her cat in the background. So they had to send her more stuff so she could have a little soundproof studio so that her cat is no longer part of Raya and the Last Dragon. Anyway. Okay. So not 100% happy with this. But as you know, when we put the signatures in there, it is not going to show. So let's see how this looks on the outside. Well, I like that. And it bends real nice. So, oh, sorry. So that's really good. Now I could put some lace or rickrack or something like that. So I might actually even put like some paper. Just a strip of paper right there. So let me check and see what I got. Okay, so I got two different kinds of paper for this book. I got this one on Amazon. It's lots of, because there's all this, you know, they're going in, they're going to paint, and then they mix colors together, and then they get green, and then they get, oh, this glue is all over my fingers. I just washed it off, and it isn't coming off. So hopefully that means it won't come off. Let's see how they then spill colors together. And so that's kind of the feeling I wanted to get from the papers. I also got this. I got this from Walmart. This is only one-sided. So this might be a little better for putting down here. Let me check a color. Okay, so this is one of the Walmart ones. I did cut this 8 by 6 so I can make it a page if I want to. But that leaves this left over. And I thought this would be good. And I just don't know how much I want to do. Kind of like that there. I think I'm going to cut these at 1 inch. Okay, so I did this 8 by 1 inch. So I can do that and this. I think I'm going to use this fabric fix just because part of it is going to go on fabric. Okay, so I've already decided. I mean, I'm happy enough with this. It is for me. I've got some places where it is not I didn't get it tight. I mean, I got it tight there. I just wasn't paying attention or something. But now it's really nothing I can do about that. I'm already seeing that this is coming up. So I definitely need to glue more in there. I didn't have this much trouble with Corby. I don't know what. I do know why. Because I wasn't trying to preserve. I wanted to preserve the gold. But I didn't worry about the cover. Let's do this first. I didn't worry as much about the cover because I was covering the cover. I don't know. So this stays. Do I need more there? Looks like I do. And another binder clip. Saw somebody else do that and I went, oh, okay. Binder clips are handy dandy little guys, aren't they? I want to go right there on the edge. Better put one there. Okay, so we're gonna let this dry and see how that goes. So I'll dry this side first and then I will check the other side. I think I'm gonna force some more glue in here. Oh, it's everywhere, this glue. Okie dokie. Well, what a difference a day makes. The sun is shining. I'm better rested than I was yesterday. And I'm thinking this looks pretty good. In fact, I did a lot of editing on that last video. But I do think I like having this little golden book edge on here. I think that's, I don't know. It's iconic, right? Anyway, so I am going to just show you one more thing before we are done with this. Well, I'm going to do the pages, but I'm going to fast forward a lot of it. So I'm going to do either 4 or 5 signatures. But the way these kind of work, you may have seen other videos of this before, and it's pretty simple. So I'm just going to show you what I got right here. So what I would do is I would fold this in half. Now, this only has, this is a one-sided. Do I have 2 pieces of paper? No. This is a decent heavy weight of paper. I kind of often like to have it a little heavier, but this isn't bad. So what I would do is, here is one of the signatures. So this is the first part of the story, right? And I will put, this isn't the one I'm going to do there, but I will put at least 1, if not 2, in between. And the first thing, though, I need to do, and this will show you why. So this is the size of my page. So this is a 12 by 8, folded in half, which makes it 6 by 8. And the little golden book hangs out, right? So I need to do this anyway because of the perforation, which I already showed you. So let me cut these down, and I'll do one at a time. And look at what happened as I was trying to get those stupid staples out. But it's not going to be a problem because we're going to turn this into 6 by 8 instead of whatever it is. Okay, so this is the first signature done. So this will be the front page. And I've got the yellow there. It's not going to be perfect because the other side of the yellow was orange, which is going to help later on. There is some pink in this picture, so that works all right. And this is what it is. I wanted the green to be here. This is just the center. And then, so then the green will be there. And then this will be pink across from pink. And pink and pink. And then this does work for this one with the orange. But this is now yellow. I'm going to have pictures there. It's going to be fine. But I also have all of these, the leftovers, you know. So I have... So I can embellish with orange and, you know, whatever I have left over. Of course, I have another pad. I mean, I have plenty. Now, I'll do the same thing with this signature. This is the second signature. But I'm going to probably do some that don't have this with it. I don't know. Maybe I will. Maybe it will be right after that. Because then the story goes on. So maybe the first two signatures will be this. And then the last two will just be pictures. I have not fully, obviously, decided. But I did want to get this far. And I wanted to let you know that I am happy with this. So here's the cover. So this will go in here. It closes all nice. And then I'll have some regular... colorful paper like this, and then we can start scrapping Hedwig. So I have 7 years of Hedwig I can scrap. I've taken a ton of pictures of just her, so that will be fun. So if you enjoyed this, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. And hit that notification bell so then find out when I am scrapping or junk journaling or whatever it is that I do. And I hope you have a really, really wonderful day. Bye.